good afternoon everyone. I hope you're all well. My name is Toni and this is the How to Craft Network Studio where you can come and get some fabulous inspiration daily. So today I'm 1 p.m. I'm on today. Normally the hours are at 1 p.m. and we also try and do a brand new launch every Friday at 1 p.m. also. So it might be some products you've already seen. It might be new products exclusive to the studio here. And if you have the products already, you can always stay tuned because we always inspire you in one way or another. Don't forget to click that subscribe button. That gives you the notice when we are live. And there is also a little bell as well, which gives you that half an hour notice. Should you be out and about, sat in your car, on a train, on a bus, then you'll be able to watch the studio live. This also gives us a wider reach as well. Across the pond, in the USA, not saying anything else, and in the UK also. I did see your comments yesterday. Some of you are hot. Some of you are stone cold. Now, it wouldn't allow me to log into the account at home, so I was itching to comment on all of your comments. So again, today I'm telling you, you are hot. Which ones are hot? You'll have to pop a comment under this video today and let me know. You are getting very close though. You are getting very, very close. I'm so excited. So let's say hello to our friends. Hello, Nola. It just goes so fast. And as you all know, I do suffer from tinnitus and vertigo. So when it's all going fast, if I miss your name, I do apologise. But let's have a look. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Tracy, Enid, Anne, Julie. Joanna, hi Joanna, we haven't seen you for a while, or have you been there and I've missed you? It's lovely to see you, sweetheart. Joanna is from the USA. Lovely to see you, Joanna. Hi Emma, hi Amanda, hi Anne. Karen, it's going a little bit fast. It's lovely to see you all, as always. I do love it when you come and say hi in the studio. Hi Anne, hi Shirley, I hope you're well, sweetheart. Hi Michaela. Too many to mention, but I do appreciate you taking the time to come and say hi and come and watch studio. So in today's studio, I'm going to be a bit arty. Am I not always arty? I'm not sure. But today, I'm just going to go quite arty today, and hopefully it's going to encourage you all to pick up that brush. Now, I'm not doing any freehand painting. Don't panic. They come in the Saturday morning classes when we are painting. Today, I'm going to cheat with a stamp. Hi, Sana, who is in India. India. I know. India. Well done. So today, I'm going to be a bit free with some stamps and some paints. And we're just going to have a little bit of fun. Have I got anything else to tell you about? So on Friday, 1 p.m, we have got a launch in the How to Craft Network Studio. So if you can come and say hi on that, we're doing some incredible prices on some products. So if you're wanting to top up on some stash or maybe get some repeats of what you've used and you've been waiting for, we have some stock back in stock. Some of our gossip ranges back in stock. I know a lot of you have been waiting patiently for those. So Friday, 1 p.m. for that. So shall we just have some fun and play? I hope you're all well. It's not raining here. Is it raining anywhere else? Has anybody else got the horrid rain? So I'm going to do a little bit of a resist technique today. So I have some watercolour card. If you haven't got watercolour card, you can use everyday cards. You might not get the better results as you would with watercolour card, but you can at least attempt the technique on normal card and see if you enjoy it. So I'm going to use the SKYLINE stamp today, which is this beautiful one here. So it's the one with the silhouette sort of design of some buildings. You can maybe put it down to a sort of location in your own mind because it's probably from a lot. There we go. So we're going to use the fabulous SKYLINE. A lot of you have this one. It is available on FBL if you do like this and want to buy this one today. That's in the search engine on our website. Find your website's coming now. I'm all joking. Very, very soon. We're just waiting to push that button and say live. My gosh. So let's just pop this into our Eureka. So this is the watercolour card and I'm going on the smoother side today. And I'm just going to use the stamp, which is sort of like a black silhouette stamp. You can see here, just in black, it looks incredible, but we're going to use it in a different fashion today. Oh, it's bright, cloudy, dark clouds. I think we're all just waiting for the rain. Pouring in Lanarkshire, sorry, Leslie. My gosh. The rain's coming, isn't it? I think we've still got a lot to come. It keeps going very dark, very humid. So I'm just going to take the stamp. I'm just going to stamp it. I'm just going to come a little bit lower today. Like so. And I think I'm going to stamp the birds at the same time too. because I think the birds are a great feature also. So let's just pop the birds down here. I'm just setting my scene here, trying to get my landscape straight. That would help. And then I think we'll just pull the birds down a little bit, have them just flying over here somewhere. There we go. I'm going to stamp this in black ink, and then I'm going to sort of heat set it with some clear embossing powder. Okay, so I'm going to be using my Thirsty Brush one here, but just use what you've got in your stash. Is anybody crafting? The weather is fancy, isn't it? I bet everybody's crafting. So I'm just going to ink up the stamp, try and get a really crisp black image where possible. Might have to repeat the stamp because I am stamping onto watercolour card. So we'll see how we go. Get that ink on there nicely. We'll stamp this one out. Not press too hard on the birds because I don't want them to be a blob. There we go. So I'm just going to get that a little bit crisper, get rid of the texture from the watercolour card. So I'm not going to re-ink the birds because I don't want them to turn into blobs the more I press on. So I'm just going for the landscape area here, guys. Just taking a break to watch, Amanda. Good for you. Change is as good as the rest. Oh, I'm getting there. Just maybe a little bit more over this side of the building. If you use normal cardstock, you won't have to repeat this process. So don't worry about that. But I really would like a nice crisp image where possible. I'm just going to go one more time at the top of this building. I'm not bothered about this part here because that is quite very forgiving and free. But if I can get the top nice and crisp, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Get those building points nice. There we go. There we go. I'm going to leave it at that. So let's just move this out of the way. So I'm just going to take my clear embossing. Now you do have to be quick. I'm not using an embossing ink. I'm using the VersaFine just everyday black ink. I'm just going to pour this on here. This is the clear. Hopefully it hasn't dried while I've been talking to you all. And this is just going to sort of seal that design. And allow me to get a little bit of a resist with the technique that I'm going to try and do. And just over this end, and it has stuck nicely because it's got a muted colour, as you can all see. There we go. I'll just set that aside. So just be mindful, if you are using your black ink, your VersaFine, it does double up as an embossing ink too, but you have to be quick because it's a faster drying ink. Let's just take this off here. Try not to get mucky paws. I'll just set that one aside with the beautiful stamp. And let's heat set this one. So get your gun hot. Get your Eureka hot. Eureka hot. Get your gun hot. Less time on the card means less waving your card. Cockle. So get your gun as hot as possible, and then as soon as you pop it on the card, it'll instantly change, which means it's less warping that cardstock. Because we all know what it's like trying to stick wavy card to a card blank. It's a nightmare, isn't it? So I think that's hot enough, and as soon as I pop it on, it should go back to a nice black. Just going to chase that powder, and this is just sealing that design. So then whatever I do around it is not going to affect this stamped image. all of those little birds in there. Yeah, that's good. There we go. So when you pop the clear on there, you'll see it's got like a glossy finish, which you know then you're going to get that sort of resist. There we go. You can see that glossy finish. You're going to get that resist sort of effect. Now I want to create a little bit of an aperture. So I need something to draw around. Now I have my confetti inks, my metallic inks, and I am going to use these today. But these make great sort of things to draw around. So if you wanted to do a sunset on your design, you just pop it on there, pencil round, and then you can paint in a pretty sunset and around if you want to. We could do that. Or we could do like an aperture where we sort of pencil down around something that's a very similar size or design. And that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to grab my pencil. Make sure it's as straight as possible. And I'm just going to give myself a little bit of a window on my artwork. You have seen me do this technique before. It was when we were doing the Craft Academy, if you remember. You all absolutely loved it, and I did too. So hence the reason why I'm doing it again. But with a different stamp, to show you that you don't have to have the stamps that I sell. You can have whatever you've got in your stash, they'll all work. So can we see there, I've created myself like a little window on there. So what I've got here are my watercolour pens. Again, if you don't have our Gossip ones, don't worry about it. You might have some watercolour pens in your stash already, that will work. These are available on the web if you haven't got any. So basically they're a dual tip. You get a brush and like a bullet nib on there. There's no chisel in sight because chisels are so old hat. So I'm just going to take my cardstock here and just do a little bit of a test. See what colour I want to do first of all. So that's a little bit dark. That's better. So let's go with this one first. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw a line down the side of my aperture here. Can we see that here? And as you can see, I'm going over that sort of design that we've just there with the heat embossing, and I'm just going to grab my water and my brush and I'm just going to pull it out. Can we see here? So I'm creating myself a window on my artwork here. Like so, see that there? And then I'm just going to do the same across the line across the top here. So I'm not being careful, I'm just literally scribbling the watercolour down across that line. Try and stay within your line if you can. Then we'll take that brush and drag that watercolour out. So this is just clean, clear water. I'm just dragging it out with here. See, so we've sort of like got our aperture in there. And then I'm just going to go down this side. Obviously, the more colour you put down, the intenser it's going to be. But you can go back in and add more, which is probably what I'm going to do here to make it a little bit darker. You can see getting our window here. And then I'm just going to take my pen here to that pencil line. Looks like a cup of tea. Oh gosh. So I'm just dragging that watercolour out there with my brush. You can see we're starting to get our lovely window in there too. So any harsh lines, just drag out with your brush. Now I think we could go a little bit darker. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back in with my pen. There's a little bit darker, just more intensity. And then I might add a darker brown as well, just to give it a little bit more. Just adding that line of water, pulling it out. And you don't have to do the brown tones. I just like the brown tones, to be honest. But you don't have to do them. You could do purples, pinks, greens, whatever you like. I'm just going to dry this one off. And then I'm going to go and intensify that window a little bit more with a different shade of brown. So let's just dry this one off. So you can see we've got like sort of framed a piece of that stamp design. So let's just intensify that window a little bit more. It would help if that aperture was actually straight. It doesn't look too straight at the moment. I will try and straighten it up. So let's just use a different brown then. So let's go darker. So this time I'm going to go in with my darker one. Right, don't look straight, does it? Let's bring this down a little bit. I'm just going to go down the side here. And again, I'm just going to add that water and pull it down. I'm not going to pull it down as far as I did the other one because I would like the contrast. So we'll get that sort of tone down there. Now let's go across the top. You can see how it looks like it's a little bit burnt, doesn't it? I think I just need to bring my line of this one higher. Level it off a little bit, there we go. Is it getting straight? Yeah, we're getting there. And then down this side here with the darker. And then drag it out. So nothing too complicated there, guys, just a bit of free pen round. Drag it out with a bit of water. And then whilst your card is wet, if you just get your aperture again and you just pop your aperture back on top of the area, and then we'll get some splats on here. So because my card is wet around the edges, hopefully these splats will sort of seep into that wet area that we've just painted. And sort of blend off into the background a little bit, just get a bit more ink. Blue would have been nice. Yeah, that's a nice. I'll leave that one to you, Amanda. I think this would look fab on the front of an envelope, you know, with the address, something like that. Then when you remove your artwork, you've got sort of this like lovely speckled detail around there. So let's just clean our table. And then what we're going to do is I'm just going to dry that off because I don't want it to bleed into my next technique. So just dry this one off very quickly. Pretty much dry anyway. And it's the beauty of it, isn't it? We all see it in different colours, in different ways, and that's what I absolutely love about stamping, painting, abstract art. Everybody sees it in a totally different way, and what I think is amazing in one colour, you might be thinking, oh my gosh, we need to do it in because it's going to be amazing in that colour, and that's just the beauty of craft. And I think that's why I love it so much. Right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create, like, you've seen me do it again in this aperture. I'm going to create like a midnight Turkish delight sky. So I have my confetti inks here, and I think we're just going to go red and gold. I'm just going to activate these here. So if you are crafting along at home, it's sunset and sunshine, okay? But if you have the gold digger, gold mine, that would work as well. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to pick up some of this sunset here. I'm just going to paint some of the, now this has got lots of micro in it and it won't shine until I hold it up and show you, but I'm just going to create sort of a Turkish delight sky. I'm going to pop this down into this base part here. And pick up some of this lovely sunsetty yellow, and I'm just going to bleed it into that red. Now, if you wanted to, you could mask off a sunshine or a moon. Be really creative with it if you wanted to. So because I would like it even more intense, I'm going to dry that, then I'm going to layer build on top of. And this sort of the aperture in the middle of the design is sparkly, and then in the exterior is quite vintage. Love a Fry's Turkish delight. And because we've heat embossed that image, remember it acts as a resist. So the paint or the ink from my brush, from my metallic paint, is going to sit on top. So don't forget to wipe it off your resist part. So let's go and intensify the colour on here a little bit more. There we go. Can we see how when you layer build, it gets sort of like gets more intense? So let's make it a little bit more intense. Try and stay within that aperture best you can. And then get that lovely gold. Connect it with that lovely sunset colour. I think as is. Quite pleased with that one. And it's cool how the birds are in the aperture and outside of the aperture as well. So again, you could do a heart aperture with a die cut heart, just draw around the heart. You could draw around a circular sort of one and create a moon, paint within the moon. Tracy, these are the confetti metallics. Isn't it funny how every time we have a studio, we always talk about chocolate? Chocolate. And it's not good when we're trying to get rid of the COVID kilos, guys. It's not good. I'm just going to pop that under my Eureka to flatten out a little bit. So let's bring in some cardstock here. So it's not until you mount it onto some black cardstock that it frames your artwork. And this is why I always say to you, see your project through to the end, because until you put that mount around from a frame or mount it onto something that's going to frame it, it looks completely different. I also have my washi tape words as well, and it's going to get a nice washi tape sentiment on there too. So let's get this framed onto this piece of black so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So let's just pop some tape behind here. Now, if you have used watercolour card, I do recommend you stick it down with tape and glue, okay? Because the tape, because watercolour card is full of cotton, it will just lift your tape. It will just lift and there's no point. So I always say do both, particularly if you're using watercolour card, okay? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Chocolate is your downfall. Here's mine. Kit Kat, chocolate orange. I like a chocolate hobnob. What are we like, eh? What are we like? I'm just lathering this in glue because I really want it to stay put. Getting distracted by the chocolate. And then this is going to go onto our piece of black card here. Now, so I'm just going to have to lean in 1 second so you don't get a headshot. And try and get it as straight as possible. Happy with that, turn it over, give it a good old push down. Mint matchmakers, Maltesers and after eights, Karen. Same as me, Karen. It's not really the same talking about lettuce, tomato and cucumber. Well, you're asking the wrong person there because Nathan, that has a 4-course. In fact, let me tell you a little bit about it. Did you know our cameraman, Nathan, has a 4-course meal every day? One day I'm going to get him to come to this side. He has a 4-course meal. He has a pot of carrots and a pot of tomatoes, then a bowl of lettuce and ham, and then a full-on Warburton's Thins, ham, lettuce, all the shebang. A bit of cheese, only a bit though because of calories. Oh, to be young again, hey? Check that out. Is that not just super cool? Let's get a sentiment on here. Let's move on from Nathan. So I'm just going to use, everything about you is amazing. Now, I don't want the white edge on this. I'm just going to grab my scissors, just 1 second, because I think the white edge is not going to suit our sort of design on this. Make sure you stick it down. I'll stick this under my Eureka for the photograph. Now I'm just going to get rid of the white edge on this sort of tab here. And I've got everything about you is amazing. That's so cool. You know, these washi tapes, I think, are the best things ever, ever, ever. They're just a quick go-to, aren't they? That's not sticking now. I need to get some glue under there. So let's stick this one flat. Who's going to try this technique? Really quite effective, Sue's saying. Well, thank you. Oh. And then it just needs to go onto like a white top folding note card, or I'm going to go in line with the end of the aperture because I'm not bothered about things being central. In line with the end of my aperture, a bit lower. Come down, come down. Wait, right. Oh, that's because I'm thinking about Maltesers. And then I would probably maybe put some sequins on, maybe. Give that a second to grab. Michaela says she absolutely loves this. Michaela, have you done this one before? I think you have. Black typewriter ones are going to be back in stock soon. We do have the sepia and the grey stone ones too. So there we go. Just needs mounting onto a card, doesn't it? It's a piece of artwork, is that one, guys? Come on. Love this, Toni. Oh, thank you, guys. Give it a go. Let me know. Look at that spark. Can you see the shimmer in the window there? Absolutely gorgeous. Just needs mounting onto a card, doesn't it? Everything about you is amazing. That's what I'm saying to all of you lovely lot at home. Everything about you is amazing. So that's today's studio. Give it a go. Don't forget to pop a comment underneath today's video. Some of you are super, super hot, hot, hot. Not quite there yet though, but hot, hot, hot. And some of you are stone cold. Like, the ones that are stone cold are new website. That's happening anyway. New embossing folders. That's happening anyway. And when I say it's big, it's big. It's not a product. It's not a physical thing. That's the last clue you're getting. So whatever you're doing, have a lovely afternoon stroke evening. It will be a pre-record tomorrow from one of our lovely guests because I'm not here in studio on Thursdays, but I will be with you on Friday at 1 o'clock with the brand new launch in our How to Craft Network studio. So do join me if you are able, and I will see you all later. Have a lovely day, guys. See you later. Bye.